saddle up or something. It's crypto o'clock, yeah. Wandering these pixel prairies, hunting Bitcoin ghosts. Double dips and bull traps, who even knows? Who knows? Stumbled on Road Dawg's den, charts glowing dim, nightly at 10:30, where the weirdos swim. Harmonics, whisper secrets, risk games so quaint. Meme coins, leaping fences in this digital paint. Bitcoin and Jesus croons from the speakers low. Altcoins whimpering softly, putting on a show. So poke that like if you're bored. Join the dog parade. Super chat your nonsense. Make the chat cascade. Member up for the shimmer. Alpha drip so slow. Subscriber don't whatever. Let the boredom go. Oh, rounding up the oddballs in this crypto charade. Road Dawg Crypto, yeah, where plans get unmade. Plans unmade. Tunes like Buy Me a Vet, dripping honey, sweet road and kudo, twirling on Solana Street. Chart school doodle signs, giggles in the grind, rants on governments, fading chats on weed, unwind, mystical mumbo jumbo flare that's half asleep. Degens and misfits clustering, secrets they don't keep.
Off-kilter guitars stack.
Boy, hover on the edge. Super chat your plea. Member keys to nowhere. Join the apathy. Like spark a tiny flame. Crowd swell so mild in this dog days. Round I feel vaguely beguiled. Ooh, poke that like if you're bored. Join the dog parade. Super chat your nonsense. Make the chat cascade. Member up for the shimmer. Alpha drip so slow. Subscriber don't whatever. Let the boredom go. Poke that like if you're bored. Join the dog parade. Still bored. Super chat your nonsense. Make the chat cascade. Member up for the shimmer. Alpha drip. Dum 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 dum. Yeah, Road Dawg or something. Woke up to a green candle. Thought it was Christmas morn. Check my phone at the bus stop. Portfolio reborn. Mom said, put it in premium bond. I said, Mom, you're adorable. Now I'm refreshing charts in the loo. Feeling deplorable. Yeah, brilliant. They said, just hold, darling. The moon is on its way. But the moon's got a mortgage and it's late on the pay. 'Cause the bull run is a fairy tale. Once upon a time, then they rang the closing bell. Big hands in the castle, small hands in the well. The bull run is a fairy tale. Go to hell. Tambourine hit plus faint, oi? September used to sparkle, October wore the crown, November brought the gravy, December wrote it down. Now every month's a guillotine, the charts are painted red, the wheels are doing pilot's ace while we're financially dead. They said, buy the dip, my love, it's only paper cuts, but the dip's a bloody canyon and we're running out of guts.
Classic.
The bull run is a fairy tale. Glass slippers, just a margin call. Size 12, triple L. They're gobbling up the Satoshis we dropped when we fell. The bull run is a fairy green hit play faint. Oi! Once upon a block, there lived a little lamb. Then the wolf bought the abattoir and rebranded it to Fi. Terms and conditions apply. 8 bars, wonky synth, the treasures like a slot machine, panic attack. Beep boop, sold. Retails on the group chat, typing when Lambo in caps. Darling, it's pronounced Lamborghini. Captains going down with the ship, still saluting the collapse. Institutions in the VIP, sipping vintage beer with the confetti on the floor that they vacuum once a year. The bull run is a fairy tale, happy ending got delisted. Chapter 11, retail pale. They're stacking sats in bunkers while we're flocking off the grail. The bull run is a fairy tale, and we're the cautionary tale they tell. Shh. Once upon a wallet. Once upon a wallet. DM. Once upon a wallet. DM. Once upon a wallet. DM.
Wipe out. All coins in the phone. Double-decker tsunami. Now I'm surfacing home.
Bought the top on a room, sold the dip on a prayer. Chart did a barrel roll, now I'm gasping for air. Tried to ride the second wave, got slammed by the tide. Wallace in the undertow, but I'm still on the ride. End of year was the crest, now it's the crash.
Wipe out.
All coins in the phone. Double-decker tsunami, now I'm surfacing home. Salt in the cut, sand in the gear, laughing at the wipeout, shifting in the high gear, boards in the trunk, but the dream's still afloat. Friend said bail, I paddled out again. Third wave hit, now I'm counting to 10. Tried to catch the rebound, missed by a mile. Wallets in the gutter, but I'm wearing a smile. Tried to call the bottom, got buried in the break. End the year's a wipeout, but I'm wide awake. Wide awake. Wide awake.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first visit to our famous Across the Interwebs and the Universe show. Welcome. We like to begin with a little secret ceremony for only the initiated, called the ringing of the cowbell. We believe that it clears our minds and clears the air. And it just makes you feel good all over. I don't care what you say about it. It just does. I like doing it. It's fun. The ringing of the cowbell. Please stay serious. The ringing of the cowbell ceremony is now completed. If your life is feeling a little down, things are not working out in your favor, you feel like the whole world is against you, well, perhaps you need two of these things. One being a little cowbell, the other being a lot of Jesus. Don't forget Jesus. Thank you for your participation. Let's let the antics of tonight's show begin, shall we? We're waiting for the turkey to show up. And the idiot to press the button. Will it happen? I can only hope and pray.
Spinning me askew, joys a drip, leaking through the brew.
Markets a smoothie, grinding my fate. Hopes a cheeky splash, tempting my plate. Oh, I'm assessing at the churn, total giggle. Chopped up frog, stuck in a wiggle. Slice, touch the blender's chop. Shake the mush, make the good times pop. Push the highs, laugh at the the sloppy spin, feel the bounce, win the din. I blend it, synth pulse, hoops collide like the wobbly bin.
What the hell? Are you a newscaster now? What is that? I mean, where did that come from, Sean? You sound weird when you said it, too. What the? Just, is it time for you to hit the button? Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry, Jesus. What the hell, Sean? What did you do?
Thank you very much.
I don't know what happened. It's been a crazy day. Mercury's in retrograde. That's all I can say. I'll just keep blaming it on Mercury in retrograde and just hope that we get into December and get the hell out of it. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, frogs and squirrels. Where's our music go? Oh, we didn't change it, did we? All right. Well, today's been an interesting day. 15 people hanging out. Thank you so much for being here. I think Elvis was just here with some wise words, but he scared me.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, Jenny. I see. This is Jenny over here. If you see Jenny, she's our new dancer. We got her from what was that show she used to be on back in the 90s, whatever. The one Jim Carrey was on. Anyway. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. The doctor is in. Yes, I see your comments. The doctor is in. Dr. Dog. It's been a bloody day in the markets. I'm having to do some surgery on my portfolios there, sewing some things up today, stitching some things together. They didn't used to belong, but now I guess now they do. Kind of making a Frankenstein wallet's really what we're experimenting with here at the lab, here at the Road Dawg Crypto show. Seeing what kind of monstrosity we can have that just fizzles away and dries up into something resembling beef jerky. It seems to be what we've been coming up with lately. All right, so Bitcoin continuing to fall. I got these lines up here as some hopeful targets based on this pool here. Because I'm doing some other stuff. Maybe we need to take a look at the chart. What chart were we looking at last night? Was it you? Are you the culprit? So when we zoom out, now I'm here on the 4 hour. We've been talking about the $84,000, which is a 382 Fibonacci area. And in my discussions with Grok over WD GAN stuff, because that's the only way I can start wrapping my mind around it, but you have to be discerning with her too. She likes to be her. There are really some fascinating things in GAN analysis about this cycle that the perma bulls would probably be happy to hear about. It is fascinating. I want to spend just a few moments just kind of explaining it. It's kind of weird, but if you take the moment that Bitcoin was conceived back in January, right, of I think 2008. We chart that, but if you do it, each cycle being a circle, and it becomes a spiral, right? Bear with me, okay? So let's say that cycle after cycle, we got this spiral coming. All right, and if you divide this spiral into sections, quadrants, and sextants, and things like that, you got angles, like the cardinal angles. It's you would have your 0 degrees, you would have your 45 degrees, your 90 degrees, you see 180 degrees, and things like that, right? Where we are right now, when you apply that to Bitcoin's inception date, I just thought this was very interesting. We are at we're at 180 degrees. That means if we started up here, we are finding ourselves right here on it. And according to the GAN analysis, just that fact alone puts us at opposition. We're actually a little bit below it. And that it says that this is the testing time, severe testing time, for a more mature trend. My monitor is not on. Why is that? I need that monitor. My monitors went off. That was crazy. So if we are on... according to that, there'd be a severe test over here. And in the further GAN analysis, let me just kind of sum it up. In a nutshell, there is some correspondence here with this 382. Also, some GAN analysis here that this is the point where we can it might be our bottom area for right now. There might be something on coming up in 2026. Now, it does point that it's going to be lackluster until around December 9th, around that area. And that kind of makes sense when we start factoring in money printer, maybe go burr a little bit there in December too. I don't know. If I could chart out graphically for you how what the Gann analysis might possibly look like. We went ahead and took a closer look down here to the 382 area. This also corresponds with the 315 degree angle for Gann, which overlaps with the fib, and that should have some strength. This should have some kind of say so. So I'm curious to see how this plays out according to these theories. But we'd be coming down and possibly getting a retest from there. Now, how far we come up, I think that we can make our way up. Probably not a straight line, probably zigzaggy as hell. It should kind of fall around. I mean, it shouldn't be any different than what we're used to, right? When we do pull these things, we're looking for maybe up to the 0.5. So there might be a chance we get up to 100,000 or 106,000. Now, this will appear as though, oh man, we're back. This is it. We're getting ready to go for a new all-time highs. But no. We're looking for possibly coming back down here again in January, about the second week of January. Do I have our time things on? And I guess if I were to make this more appropriate with the time, because it has the timestamp here, January, blah blah blah. So it would look. Yeah, something like this in January, and then the fun would start, and that's when. So it sounds like we got a possible double bottom scenario trying to unfold here at this 382 fib area. Now that's the major 382 fib when we zoom out, and for this whole cycle, since we bottomed out over here, that's the area. Now, I went through this a lot before, but the 382 is a juicy place to catch a bounce and to look for bounces. And in fact, that's what we look for back here too, right? When we come up to this top and the second time, we're looking back at the 382s. Even over here at the previous drop is a 382. We kind of hung there, I know, but that's been a excellent place to bounce if we are bullish. So if there is going to be some continuation into 2026, if that would hold true, and there's those theories out there, and again, I have to caution you, last cycle this stuff was out there too about a super cycle, and it wasn't. Okay, so this is like walking on ice. But in my personal opinion, I think this is the perfect time to engineer such a scenario like this. Big boys are finally getting their last big handfuls into Bitcoin. Screw the altcoins. I hate to say that, but altcoins just don't have a chance in hell until the Bitcoin situation gets rectified, right? For real. That's just, I'm sorry, but we if we can't come to that realization, when we finally do come to that realization, things will be about another 80-90% down. So we've got to accept the facts. I'm sorry, it's terminal stage 4 it appears for altcoins, or late stage 3 anyway. So I can't help it. I've always got to draw a trend line. Always got to be drawing a trend line. All right, so we've been. The point is, we came up and we found support on the 382, right? And we come up here, and also when we got our first little flag up here, and we went up to 70,000, then we dropped down into 50. This, by the way, that first little run up, ironically as it was, right when Bitcoin just made its first all-time high. That was the peak for altcoins. Isn't that crazy? They never did as good. Portfolios have never looked as good as they did right here when Bitcoin was up at 70-something thousand. in early 24. It's crazy because Bitcoin, and from there, Bitcoin just outperformed all the altcoins, every one of them. So you'd be saying in altcoins, and by the time they got down here, decimated a lot of people in the altcoins, and a lot of losses and everything, and they just, those portfolios just never recovered. Interesting, right? All right, so, but the point is, we got a 382 bounce. Do you see how in this market the 382 is a recurring place to actually catch something? And every time we've been there, it felt like the bear market. A lot of people were calling bear market here. They were, and calling for us to come down a lot lower. And every major drop that we had, the thing is, one of these times. And a lot of people would probably think, well, if I had to pick a time to think that it might be true, I'd probably pick probably the last quarter of the expected bull run for something like that. Well, that we can satisfy both sides tonight. Everybody can be happy. It's a win-win for both situations right here because, yeah, we're scaring the bejesus like it's all over and we're going into a bear market, and we're doing it right where a bear market would come in. Crazy. Yeah, we've had a messed up cycle. All I gotta say is if we are going to go to a super cycle, I'm not going to throw that idea away. Based on, and a lot of it is because of what I'm finding out with the GAN, how it's calculating up numerically. I'll try to explain it a little bit better after I kind of wrap my head a little bit more around it. Because those of you who don't know, W.D. Gann was, like, in my opinion, he was the greatest technical analyst ever. And he used some approaches to reading charts and reading the markets that, well, I mean, they're not your typical. You won't find them. You won't really find all the juicy ones here on TradingView. You can find some GAN tools over here, and there's something to be said about them. I mean, he's made his name. He's over here on TradingView, right? His tools are over here. GAN fans, GAN boxes, yeah. Somewhere. Right, you get GAN square. Yeah, right down here. GAN fan, GAN square, GAN box. Oh crap, what is that? But so I don't want to fade the idea. 2026 sounds like it might be a freaking fantastic year. Because I think about it, if we finally do get the economy straightened out, we get the things ironed out, and gosh darn it, we get the opposition side to finally chill the F out a little bit and let things normal out, and we could see things turn around for a short season. I do think it will be a short season before something even nastier comes by. So I think you should fill your pockets full of gold when you get the chance. But I do look at this as being a flush out. So I'm going to take this W off, or these little lines I've got going off there. So we were looking for 382s for fibs, right? And even over here, when we came up to our high at 110, we fell back to the 382 when we were at 74,000 right there. And the same thing that happened over here was like a repeat of this over here, scary AF. And everybody, there's a lot of people, a lot of the famous people that you're still seeing on YouTube today, calling for all these much lower prices and calling bear market, it's over, double top scenario, whatnot. And it was scary. It was scary until we started making a comeback. And right over here at the top, right, this last little one over here, and we finally got to 124 there. That was nice. Hitting our 113 areas over here from this pull. You see how that kind of works a little bit there. And here we are again. And what are we approaching? We're approaching that 382. And what does it feel like? Well, it feels a hell of a lot similar to this over here and this over here. And the same things keep happening, man. If you got leverage on things, by the time you get to the tail end of it, you're like, I don't have near as many leverage plays anymore. Yeah, they just kind of. I went back and they weren't there that day. That sucked. So a lot of people experiencing some tails like that on each one of these. And we got a black screen. I don't know why this keeps happening. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, pardon me for just a moment if you mind, but let me leave you here to ponder upon the recurring theme here that we got, which is catching support on a 382. And not only that, let me also put you with this deviation trend line right here from this main one that we drew a few minutes ago when I said I can't help but draw a trend line, and then we deviated from it. Now we take that over here to the wicks, and I could even tighten you up a little bit more right there. We are right at that little guy as we speak. Yeah, I think we might have even done it since we started the show. I don't know. This is on the daily. It's on the daily time frame right here. Let me get some of these other lines up. But you can see we are right there too. And do you know who happens to be here? If you're watch our show at all, you're familiar with this little lady right here. That we call that Miss Lucy. She's this little red line right here. It's a moving average. It's 666 moving average, but it does have effect on the charts. And if you've been around me for a while, you've seen it, right? She always gets her say-so in there. Well, she's hanging around right there, too. And I can't say that we got much experience on this chart to see what she's done in the past there, but just judging by how she reacts on the smaller time frames, which they usually act the same way on the bigger time frames, we should be catching something here. So I'm going to go get this monitor working so that I can see you guys a little bit better. And I'm going to leave this right here for a second. I'll be right back. I would put Sean over here, but he'd yeah, trust me. You don't want Sean over here. All right, I'll be right. All right, so that wasn't so bad. Now I can see ya. I can see ya. We got 24 people hanging out here. Glad to have you guys here. Thank you so much. I went a little bit earlier tonight because, man, I don't know. I got to. By the time I get off my stream and then I do other stuff after the stream, I'm finding myself going to bed. Well into the next day. It just keeps getting worse and worse. So, Road Dawg getting the apple water. Hadn't had apple water in a while. I have not done that. Maybe see more apple water if the CR thing they got going on doesn't change. Y'all feel me? It's not the size of your time frame, it's how you use it. Hey, that's clever. Cheers, everybody, says Chief and Keith. Let me say hello to everybody real quick while we're here. And I believe we had Postmodern Oddities who was first tonight. Congratulations, my person. Jenny, why are you standing in front of the clap? We were supposed to fix Jenny and we didn't fix her. Right. I'm sorry. They just told me it was a HR thing. It seems like there were some complaints about the hands clapping in front of her boobs, and there might have been some actual grabbage there. So we had to move Jenny. I'm sorry, I forgot. I thought it was an OBS thing, or a screw up on my part. I forgot that it was a HR. All right, sorry about. I'm sorry about that happened. I hope the counseling sessions are still going good, right? All right. We're rolling on here. 15 people. Oh, we lost off 10 people there. Okay. Apparently, Jenny is too much for some people. I missed my turkey this week, says MG Motorsports. Happy for an early show. Is it early? I was wondering if you could even catch it. I figured you might be asleep. I don't know. I can't keep it in my head what time it is where you're at right now. But it seems like when I go in late, it's like 5 in the morning there. I was thinking. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally off. So Postmodern, we got Strega, we got Chris Klein in the house. We got Mr. Ethereum. And shout out to Floki's Angels. Hey, dog, love your show. Yeah. Oh, look. Okay. So, well, that's cool. The chat comes over Jenny and over the hands now, so that you guys aren't getting groped either by that little pervert in there. I think they got rid of him. There was a groper in the group of hands. Okay. I'm just going to throw it out. I'm being transparent. He flopped and then he groped, and he shouldn't have groped, especially on camera. I mean, come on, man. 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Well, that's reasonable. So 8 p.m. is not a bad time, or 8:30. It's not a p.m. now. Don't forget to hit that like button, fam. Of course, I just had some songs made that tell me everybody I'm 10:30. Maybe I'll use that in certain time zones. All right, so that's my narrative on Bitcoin. What the daily's saying. So the market is scared, and listen, on the monthly we saw last night. Here are the warning signs that if you don't know about, you need to know about. Well, here's a cool sign that you may not know about. You see that little green buy dot there, and these two little green dots right here on this indicator. These are bullish divergence dots, right? And this is a buy signal. Here on the daily. This is the stochastic buried to the ground. And if it starts going up and it can get past, technically, the signal is 20%. It's right here. 1920. If it gets past this little red line area, I guess we can keep that there, right? Can we do that? If it can get past that white line there, that's technically the buy signal for bots, or just by the stochastic RSI strategy. I don't know if you know this, but most of your indicators have strategies, right? They come with strategies, and if you read it in the notes or something or whatever, there's a strategy that goes along with these indicators, right? All right, so it's hinting that we know we're at a turnaround point, and I like the GAN confluence, because it sounds like it's kind of rare for that stuff, all that stuff to correspond. So I am expecting to see something here around 84, and I would expect us to come back up and retest 100, and maybe up to about $106,000. I'm not expecting anything further than that at this time, because it appears like we need to buy some time to consolidate down here in some fashion. Probably retesting this trend line again, probably come back for a higher high, what we'd hope for, and maybe not come all the way back down to this guy. We don't want to lose this guy, okay? We don't want to be finding ourselves coming to 70,000, although a lot of people will start looking for that. But as long as we can stay on trajectory of this trend line, we're still making our higher highs, which was here, and a higher low, and the trend can continue. Now, if we're looking at our indicators here, we do have some bullish divergence forming here. And so if we do catch up here from the bottoms, that is angling up. And then on our indicators on the bottom, if I can bring those up, they're angling down, and it's continuing down. So, I mean, it's very slight, and it's hidden bullish divergence is what we've got, okay? So if I were to draw what the RSI is doing, it's angling down like this on the bottom, underneath it. Not that extent. It's still shallow right now. But the more this comes down, the more it comes down too, and then the more apparent that becomes. And hidden bullish divergence would also lend to the idea that this trend, what it means basically in a nutshell, is that the trend should continue, and that we should bounce off of the support level. The support level should hold, and we should continue. The trend should continue. So And if the trend's going to continue, I mean, we would automatically expect that we would get a higher high. We'd hope, cross our fingers, but we don't have to. Yet. It might take a little doing. Notice, if you will, how over here, all the other times we hit over here, we come up and then we come back down and test it. And probably see something kind of similar to this over here, I would say, is what I'm looking for. There's no promises, there's no guarantees, but you're going to hear a lot of things out there, and I'm trying to give you some ideas of. Oh, hey, what are you? Okay, that's a wick. Oh, snap! That looks nice. Can we
The market sways, a rhythm in the night.
This is a fractal, which when you want them to work, they never do, and when you're like, whatever, and then they're like, oh damn, that did worked out really good. But this is a fractal from one of the other bottoms that we had. And if we put it to scale here, it looks like it fits real nice. Could we be looking for something like this? Man, that looks perfect, honestly. So we wouldn't be able to get over the 0.5, and that would be one of the key areas, and maybe would actually touch it. It did actually touch it over here. Okay. Or perhaps if price were to follow this thing exactly, that would be awesome. I don't expect it to follow exactly, but it could rhyme with that. And we could be looking at something like that, and that, by golly, that does take us right into there. That takes us right into Christmas Eve right here. This takes us up to about January 16th. Now, I'm actually expecting us to be down around that time, but and then bounce from there. But what happened? Where's the rest of that fractal? Let's go get the rest of that fractal. Let's see what that does. Oh, look at that. Man, if we could only be so lucky, right? Oh no, I want you all. I want you all. Let me get all that move over here. What if... And we gotta scale it up to here. Oh, scale you up now. Don't go too crazy with it. Don't go too crazy with it. Gotta make it work though. All right, what if And let's go to July 13th. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys, because you're my special friends, and not that this is how things are going to go, but what the things are pointing out to me in Gann's analysis, I mean, there's some dates that come up with that too, and I'm looking at July 13th, honestly. For the possible, now's the time to get out of Bitcoin, and that's far away, and it does not fit with our 4-year time cycle at all. I realize that. My only explanation, according to Gann theory, is that we're in a maturing asset, and it's time for it to change, even by the spiral time cycle thing that I was talking about, which it all sounds like gibberish to you, I'm sure. Look how it corresponds up here with our 272 targets right there. So could we be looking at something like this? We're come down into the first weeks of January, we're bottoming out, and everybody's scared again. We go for our higher low at about a 786, maybe an 886 retracement, and then we start working slowly but surely our little happy asses up here. Look, inverted head and shoulders. Oh, that would be a good place for it to happen. And then come up and escalate over here into May, where we hit 150 or something. And then again, finally coming back up for maybe a double top or a blow off top, somewhere in the vicinity of July 13th. Although I gotta say, some of the Gann numbers it's pulling almost sound a little bit crazy, because they were actually looking more up here. I don't know, a lot of things can change in the world, but I don't want this to come across as being too hopium, okay? Because this is points, okay? Okay, this is like some optimistic stuff that I'm showing you right now, right? That could happen. And when you look at our momentums here on the moving averages, how are they looking? 800, 600, which is the one we're going to retest, right? 360. Even the 200 moving average is still at $111,000. Let me say that again. The daily 200 moving average, which if you notice, we don't stay away from it very long. Either it comes to price or price goes to it. Really, they just kind of meet in the middle somewhere. And we are so far below that. So far below that 200 moving average. It has like a rubber band effect almost to kind of snap us back. And every time we lose the 200 on every time frame, well, the 200 is our medium, man. It's the yellow line in the road that keeps us from running into each other, being bullish and bearish. That's what it is. It's that center line in the highway or whatever we got. You know, you stay on your lane, I'll stay in my lane, and that's what it is. And one side is bearish, and the other side's bullish. And right now we deep on the bearish shoulder of the road over here. That's what the white line is. We're going over there, and now the little, we're running over the little tracks, jarring us awake. That I hate that. Anyway. We got a good chance to come back up. Now, I don't know. We got some bearish crosses going over there. A lot of people talking about that too, but we've had them before. But if nothing else, the old dead cat bounce, I would look for that, all right? If there's anything you take away from what I got, whether you're bullish or bearish on this home market, right now, a lot of people are making some... They could be making some mistakes, giving up, and out of fear closing things a little too early. Now, I'm not saying all coins. I've been shutting down a lot of positions there, but I'm rolling more into Bitcoin. I'm taking my Bitcoin play, and really, I think it's been proven that it's Bitcoin cycle. And altcoins are just, they're not doing. Will they later on? They might, but this is not the time to really be thinking about them too much, I don't think. So, we're either doing a little bit of an extended cycle, a mini bear season, or a big ass bear season. Do we need to talk about the negatives now? We probably should. All right, so that's our hopium situation, which we should know soon, right? Because if we start losing this guy for real and closing candles, a daily candle closed below this trend line, well, that's pretty much starting to say, oh, well, crap. I guess the bears are winning. Ooh, hope this don't get nasty. But this scenario can fall in with what I'm about to show you on the monthly chart. We're going to the monthly chart next to take a look at Miss MACD, which is now flipping bearish. But just because she's flipping bearish, just like when the weekly flipped bearish and we came up here suddenly and made a new all-time high, we could be finding ourselves as it flips bearishly coming back up to 100 or 106,000 to retest that. And if you are in a predicament right now, and that starts to happen, that's an advantage to play that. That allows you to de-risk some things when we get back up there, rather than, you know, de-risking them all now. I've kind of went over to my more stronger plays. That's what in the altcoins I'm playing are the stronger ones that have been strong and with better tokenomics. And shifting out of the ones that just got too much, and one especially because there's all these unlocks coming. Those unlocks aren't stopping, baby. If we are in a bear market, that's not going to help it maintain its prices, is it? So anything in leverage, and basically what I've done, I've set layered stops underneath these lows that we're at now. So if things do keep going lower, then okay, well, I don't want to be in you anyway if you go any lower. But if you make it, well, hey, welcome to the club. You made it by just the skin of your teeth, and that's how I've treated all my spot bags I've got on my exchange. I made sure I looked today. I may move some over from some wallets. But I just drew my lines in the sands when it comes to altcoins, and if they make the cut, they make the cut. If they don't make the cut, well then, oh well. We'll have to roll that in somewhere else. I had too damn many of them, and that was a cardinal sin in this game. But it's easy to do. Alright, so one more bullish thing I guess we can look at is we pull our fibs like we normally do, because we love to pull our fibs around here. Nothing like pulling a good old fibs. You see that we're also right at a 786 Fibonacci area for this low here. That's a pretty common turnaround place, especially for many harmonic patterns, which I'm not for sure that we've got there with that higher high. Maybe. There's also the possibility, if they want to go a stop a loss of hunting for people, they think, oh man, look, people are looking at this trend line in the 382. Perhaps we should like scare them out and really go dirty. I would pay attention to this 80,000. So I do think there's a chance that we could entertain $80,000. It could happen as dirty as these little bastards. And if they come down here, tap that, and then come back up here into this trend line, yeah, that was very dirty of them. And they went a hunting for liquidity. They went a hunting for some cheap ass Bitcoins. What they did, and as soon as they get it, they're going to trap everybody that was selling there, shorting there, everybody that they stopped out, and they're heading back toward 100,000 really quick. Okay. That would be the scenario that we would see if we involve $80,000. All right, so I keep saying I'm going over to the monthly, and well, here we go. And now we're there. We finally did it. What's going on over here? Well, trend line, riding above the 9, lost. We lost the 9. We don't have a complete candle close below the 9, and where we went down to so far is nothing but the 21 moving average. So as far as moving averages go, we're in a correction, but we're at the 21 moving average, where if you know my moving average strategy, that's normal, and that's where we would want to bounce from. So the moving averages does have that, and also the trend line that we had drawn from another time frame. Does it work over here? It's still right there. Now we got a 50 moving average. Where you at? 55,000. We lose the 29, start closing the candle over here, and that's 84,000. That's where we're at now. I guess if we put it on Christmas tree candles, you can actually see how scary it looks. Oh my God! So I don't use these little candles. They're little bastards. Anyway, we full on deep. We balls deep in this one. And I hope that we don't touch 80. Now these monthly candle closes over here about 82 look very viable. And I'm saying we can wick a little bit, right? We got some little give and take room. We're at 86,000. Are we dropping again? Bless your little heart, Bitcoin, you suck. Anyway, we came over here to look at these other guys, right? Which this is Market Cipher on the monthly. It had some bearish divergence right there saying, hey baby, you might want to be watching out. It only had 2 instances. I like to look for 3. That's one reason why I think we got one more coming up. Because I do see things happen in 3s a lot. I look for things that happen in 3s, and I only count 2 there. Not much we can see here other than everything in decline. Stochastics buried. But that means that, hey, they're not up here waiting to come down and keep pushing us down, right? They're at a point where they can start lightening up on us. That's one way to interpret it. But the scariest one to look at, the most one that you really need to pay attention to, is this one, which is just now cross bearish. Now this is the monthly MACD, and I would not bait it. But just because it's crossing monthly doesn't mean that we don't have a push up to like 100,000, 105. It will take this one a few months to straighten out, and it's going to have some really strong green months to make that happen. So here we are in November. I would expect this to go down more in December, and then in January it's to go down more. But in that January, toward the middle of that January, I think that's when we should start seeing one of those strong green candles. And like we've been over a period of about 3 to 4 months, we might see what we're needing to see out of this. Or the bearish style, it crosses and then things start to fall apart in crypto. The scariest situation that we could talk about is if do you remember back in the day with Celsius, back last cycle, all that, and Three Arrow Capital, and then you had Terra Luna and all of that, and they said, hey man, we're going to tie this thing more to Bitcoin, which was kind of stupid because if Bitcoin is dropping, well then so is your Terra Luna project, right? Resources, right? Anyway, Do Kwon, who teaches Do Kwon Do in the Singapore prison, I think, right? I don't know where he's at right now. You don't hear from him anymore. He got really cocky. He was very cocky. He got cocky before the fall. So the scenario, is it going to be a shallow bear market, or is it going to be a scary ass one? It would be scary if all these treasuries and ETFs and everybody starts selling off. That would be horrible. That would escalate things dropping quickly, and you could see us come back down to 30,000 Bitcoin. I mean, over the period of a year and a half is what we look for typically, if we are starting the bear market. But moving averages are not ready to comply yet. Moving averages still look like we still got a little bit of something going on. So we're in uncharted territory by some standards in this market, because there is a possibility that we could be going on to a 2026 cycle extension here. And maybe we're getting a mini bear season, or maybe it's just the beginning of the full bear. We got all these narratives out there. And until my theory is disproven, I'm just going to stick with it. My last two have kicked me in the face there. The ideas of areas of support that I was hoping, and me and others, that Bitcoin would find support, have just left us disappointed and feeling kind of stupid. So I'm being very careful with this one. This is our last line in the sand right here. That's the only way I know how to put it. And I think that's a good way to judge this market. We lose this trend line, well, then there's our answer. The trend's over. That simple. We haven't lost it yet. But we sure are pressing up against it with that big old... That should be illegal, sir. You need to put that thing away. Jenny, don't let that thing press it. We're going to have to talk after this show. I'm just saying. Anyway. I understand that Miss Lucy is still on the screen and has been for a while there. My apologies. Let me come over to the chat. Let's see what we be talking about here. Do I have the right one? I got two of them up here, apparently. I guess that was the right one. Postmodern Audi says, Golden Cross. What? Oh, look, there's a like button. I know, it's so cool. Entertain, more like tolerate. I guess I should back up here. We got Shahida. How's it going, Shahida? What about all the other indicators like RSI, greed, and fair index indicators? They look so bullish. That could lend to our theory of that we're at support. Or my theory that they're at support. 382 Fibonacci area for the bigger pull. Where did that line go to? Is this a different chart? Did we switch charts? Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. Where are we at right now? We're at the 382 Fibonacci. I'm just going to draw the big old green line. So let's get off of this one. Let's come back over. Where was that? It was the daily, I believe, right? Daily time frame. we took this. Yeah. So I don't know, something exactly like that, but something similar to like this is what I would be looking for. And this top part, I don't know, maybe. According to the GAN analysis, that can happen, and 2026 could be one of Bitcoin's best years. Altcoins, well, maybe at some point in 2026, but as history has shown us, I wouldn't put too much stock into the altcoins. I'm just kind of projecting some ideas over here. Bitcoin seems to be your clear winner, and I think I can prove that by over here with their paper trading account. As the altcoins are in the negative and Bitcoin is still up in the positive. And even though I've got an altcoin unrealized profit of a negative 2 million, my Bitcoin that I bought over here is still 1.2 million realized profit over there. Altcoins are killing me, especially you, XCN. What the hell? You're supposed to go to the moon. I fat fingered some of these and I just left them there. And I figured, man, this is a good experiment. And you can see the Bitcoin purchases. When I finally thought of doing this, I thought, hey man, we used to buy some on paper trading and track it. It was around 27,000 over here. $100,000 account, and it's still over $2 million now. But all that is because of Bitcoin. Not altcoins, Bitcoin. Peppy, you disappointed me, man. Peppy, what the hell? I fat fingered a Pepsi trade, and I'm down $3,000 on Peppy. Obviously, fat fingered a VET trade. That's bad, man. You should be. I expect you to do good this cycle, and haven't heard a peep out of you all cycle long. Except something about some NFT boxing gloves or something. Tags or something. I don't know. Down $12,000. That's crazy. Bitcoin was the winner. Bitcoin will continue to be the winner. I recommend that it be Bitcoin heavy. And right now is a great time to start getting some Bitcoin. If you don't have Bitcoin, what the hell? Find some way to get some. If she's at support. Even if she's not at support. You need to be thinking about that Bitcoin and ways that you can grow it, because we can grow it in a bear market if we short it, sell it at the peaks and buy more, whether we short it on spot or short it with a little leverage, which look at leverage side-eyed. Low leverage, I think, is really, really, really the key. The high leverage is only good for you scalping, in my personal opinion and in my experience so far. All right, ladies, I was supposed to come over to the chat. Let me get back over. Postmodern Oddity says, funny how people will search for months to find the best price on something, wait for sales to buy stuff, but when it comes to assets and crypto, they always buy at the highest price and sell at the bottoms. It is, isn't it? But no, you're talking about buying something. We don't really have that factor there, that scare factor that's missing from like the retail buys, like going to a store and buying something. Unless it's something that's just flying off the shelf, like the Furbies and Kiss Me, Tickle Me Elmo dolls did back in the day that I read about in the history books. I'm a turkey. I wasn't alive back then. Or what is it? The Labubu's. If there's scarcity, you know, I might see the price gouging and stuff like that. But in crypto, when the things go down, that fear sets in, and the emotions start getting, especially when leverage is involved. You start making stupid. You increase your stupidity by every X of leverage that you got if things start going against you. That's my theory, anyway. Can you interview Jenny? She don't talk much, just to be honest with you, which makes her so much appealing. I know. She can only cook. She would be perfect. Jenny likes motorboats. I like motorboats. MG Motorsport says, I like the hit button. Don't jinx this crap, dog. 6K ETH pump in December. Let's take a look at Ethereum. How is Ethereum doing? Hopefully better than Solana. I saw Ethereum was down to like 2,800 today. Who can we go to? Kraken? How about Binance? Okay, we've been here before. That was the trend line he lost. He said, hey man, you might want to do something here. Broke back into it, said, hey man, work on a bear trap. Woo, yeah, to the moon. And it lost it again. So $3,400 area was the line in the sand area where the chart itself, the trend line was saying, hey, maybe you should do something here. Now, whether you listened to it or did something totally different, de-risked or whatever, your actions there will vary. But that's what the charts were saying with the trend line. That's why we love the trend lines. It was an expanding, broadening pattern, which they are. A bearish megaphone is what they're called. Bearish because eventually they do this. I look for a 3 humps in the dump rule, like a 1 hump, even though that's a tiny hump. It has, she came back here. It's technically right here. Came back again and touched the trend line, established the good trend line here. 3 touches. 1, 2, and then the third one. And oh, is it holding? Almost. I gave it up. Gosh darn it! Third hump and then a dump. And to me, this is also you can. I don't know. You can almost kind of see this pattern a lot for Elliott Wave. Because you got your 5-wave structure. You counted it weird, Elliott. Okay, whatever. Go for it. However it works for you. Elliott, ABC correction here and 618 Fibonacci area where we're hoping that we catch our support. And that's where we are right now at 28. So perfect area for you to catch some support, my friend. Will you do it? That's the question. Elliott. All right. And let me see if we got anything harmonic wise. I need to look for I think a Gartley. If we got anything. Now they're all pretty much going to 786. Okay. There's a situation that we might be down here. Okay. Now, I'll say that 618, if that holds, well, and put that back up. If that holds, we could be setting up for a harmonic called an AB equals CD, which I love those. And if we can bounce off there, that does take us up to 62.9, and that's where we got this little box going on right over here. So we looked at this idea before. I just didn't remember that I've done it. Okay, so that would be our AB equals CD if we can bounce from right here. And if that does happen, we can, of course, we got some targets about 3,800 and somewhere around 44. So let's see what we can catch here. Now on the day, we're on the daily, and we're at the 100 moving average. So there's a lot of things saying that this scenario could be playing out, but we might come on down to 27, just a little bit below 28. I'm trying to make some kind of bottoming pattern here, some kind of W, some kind of triple bottom. That's what we usually see. What we want to see, right? If we just come down and bounce, what we means we might be probably going to come back down again, and that will be forming a bigger double bottom. So we need to bounce, come up probably about 3,100 and come back down. That would be awesome. But we just completed 5 waves. This is the C area, ABC. All that means is that we're starting something new, and considering where we are right here, that could be pretty cool. Because the third wave, this would make this a 1-2 on the big idea, and this would be our 3, which would carry us. Yeah, it could do it. I don't know about all in December though. I don't know about in December. I don't know a time scale, but there's a bullet setup that could be in play right here for Ethereum. As weird as it is, bear market and all. But I suggest maybe we take a look also on Ethereum's indicators over here. And I wouldn't mind seeing what she looks like on the weekly. She's already been in a downtrend over here on the weekly. When was one of the better times to get out of Ethereum? The week after she went down to 33 and came back up to 4,000, maybe 47. The slam week, the slam bam, thank you ma'am week, when we kind of normalized out of that. When was that? That's September, end of September. That's what the MACD was suggesting right there. Here on the monthly, you've got your first dim candle right there. Last time it did it, we had this. This time, will we have that again? Let's hope. Let's hope not. That was 1, 2, 3, 4 candles that brought it down quite a bit. And I would say, well, it came down to this 618 area right there too. And it stayed there. So are we just kind of having some green candles that kind of ranging around here at the 618 for a few months? Maybe. That'd be a sign of strength if it can hold there. You got the 50 monthly moving average here at what, 26? It might get involved at some point too. So if we're looking for any signs here on Market Cipher, you do have a monthly red dot as stochastics are coming down. So that's not great either. So that doesn't mean we go straight down or it's all over, but it does mean in shorter time frames we might get a relief rally, and that signal right there is saying you might want to take advantage of that relief rally if we get it. Meaning we might not come back up into this pattern. Therefore, a bearish retest of this area up here around 35, something like that. If we do happen to get back up here at 37, 38, I don't know if I would trust it. Drawing some trend lines right out through here. We've got some areas of resistance coming in about $3,400. But I think there could be a play to the upside before too long, when she finally bottoms out here. So I did see some hopium situations here. If we can catch a bounce off the 618. But we've got to clear some areas first before, we can really go gung-ho on that idea. So that was the hopium situation. Here are the areas that we got to tackle, which is basically getting about 36,000 again. We got it bamboozled. You're rich. I wish. I don't have a $99 a month trading group. Let's see, what do we got? I think now in the lounge we got 155 people in our Telegram lounge area. That's where it's got the bot and you can interact with the AI bot and all that other stuff. And then over in the chart room area with all the big growing number of topics that we have over there, I think there's only like 127 people over there. But let's just say 155 people. What if I was a paid group and it was good enough to keep you saying, convinced that you needed to pay me $99 a month or $1,300 a year or whatever it is. What if I could do that? What if I could convince you to do that? My monthly income just from that alone would be $15,000 a month. Do you see how having one of these groups for about 4 years, cycling in members and everything, just a small amount of members, if I could convince them to give me $99 a month, would generate me a passive income stream of $15,000. Imagine, what if I had 1,000 people? Oh my, or 1,200 people. There's a number that's kind of common. What if I had about 1,200 people that were over there, and I could get them, I could talk them into, I could tell them, man, I'm going to teach you how to draw flags, and you'll be able to draw. You'll have a lifestyle like me, and I'll teach you how to program your subconscious mind or whatever, and I'll just make you feel good and give you pep talks. That would be $118,000 a month, every month. For a year. Times that by 12. Well, that's a good $1.5 million a year from a trading group. Oh my God, imagine that. I wonder why they talk about trading groups all the time. That crazy. I wonder how these people with trading groups, when everybody else is hurting, they're out here buying Lambos and stuff and flexing off Rolexes and telling you that, you know, it's their trading skills. They got it's their they're define trading skills for me. You mean talking about trading in a group as trading skills is the only way that you can interpret that, but there's the math behind that. Sleep as AI is dead. Well, it sounds like it would be. A lot of these AI plays. That's one way that they the narrative versus what they actually do for the cryptos, right? It comes down to use case, right? Well, it's Sleepless. Do we have you? Who's got you best? Oh, Cornex has got you. What we got going on? Well, she's got a little pump recently after more and more bottoms over here. Scary, scary, scary. She's trying to do something over here and lost that too. Oh, was that during the big drop? When was that? October? Was that the October 10th? Yeah. October 10th came in, and then that screwed a lot of these things. That wiped a lot of people out of their positions, and people don't have money to really go back into them or even want to with some of their experience, especially if it's something that wasn't really performing. Nobody's quick to go back in and get back into those things. And she wasn't really performing for most of 2025 there at all. Oh, it was when it first came out, when they had all the hype over here. It was 95 cents, went up to $2, and now it's sitting at a nickel. And we're just starting a bear market, is what they're saying. Oh, wow. Can it go down another? It can go down another 90%. Yeah, it can. It dang sure can. Will it ever recover? That's what you got to ask. What is Sleepless AI? What do their tokenomics look like? Let's take a look at that. That may be interesting. Sleepless AI. What does a coin that makes a hockey stick and goes from $2 to 5 cents look like? What does it look like? Actually, it's pretty decent on token supply. It's only got 1 billion. That's not bad. It's got a $7 million market cap. Apparently, it had a much higher one when it was getting talked about. One warning flag is that it's Binance Smart Chain. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. You see a lot of these Binance plays just do exactly this. Did it last cycle. That's where they got the reputation. I'm just saying that was the first warning sign. Sleepless AI is a Web3 AI companion gaming platform. Oh yeah, it utilizes AI and blockchain technology to bring innovation to the gaming industry. Well, I know everybody in the gaming loves crypto, right? My gaming place sucks too right now. I got Nakamoto Games. It's hanging around 9-10 cents right now. Choose. Oh, I always choose her. Hey, this is Ellie, 19, Virgo. Calm, focused, gentle. Detective reason, motorcycling, doing nightscapes. What are we doing? Download APG. Why do you need a coin? What does the coin do? We got video games. Was it? Yeah. What do you need the coin for? That's the question. I don't think we got answered. All right. Well, the tokenomics don't look horrible because it's when you get up to the 10 billion and all that, that's when they're like really horrible. 1 billion is kind of, that's kind of the acceptable meh, in my opinion. But it's just a shame it's all sold out. Nobody loves it anymore. So you got a game idea that's worth $7 million basically for whoever's back there coding it and coming up with it, or whoever's whatever they're. And for something like that, there's got to be a use case for this coin. There's no. What's the incentive to keep developers out there being creative on this project, being devoted to this project, and spending the time coding this project? What's incentivizing those developers behind it? Since it's not decentralized, right? It can't be decentralized. Those are the questions I find myself asking about things. Bobby says, I need that kind of cash, $15,000 a month. I'll sell you used drying towels and used blackberries. I'll throw in my favorite moonstone. Oh, what was it? If our group had like 55 people. If I were raping people for $99 a month, what would that be a year? Oh, hell yeah. Well, I'd be a high value man right there. Raking in 184. Well, I'm doing this all wrong. Okay, starting tomorrow, you guys need to join my trading group. I'll teach you how to trade and how to make millions of dollars trading in the crypto space. I can do it. Come at night, only charge you $99. It's worth every penny of it. Or for $2,499 a month, you can have the experience of your own little basted turkey in a private room, pointing with his little fungusy toenails up toward the entry and exit prices for your next trade setup on Bitcoin. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. MG Motorsports says 11,000 tacos or 6 really big ones. That's a lot of tacos. You could, but better some good ass coffee for that. I need to put that ad back on. I took it off. I changed it. I was trying to put another good ass coffee one on there in its place, but I got Bag of Glass somehow instead. So, all right, 22 people hanging out. Well, I guess I'm not boring. Telegram is the shizzle. I have returned, says Chris Line. I went over to watch Joe. What have I missed? Oh, Joe, is he streaming tonight? I was going to go earlier last night too, but then I remembered he's streaming, but he didn't stream last night, so I thought, okay, well, but I may have to. I'm experimenting with the idea of going earlier just because my nighttime schedule is getting out of hand, and it seems to be all the stuff that I do after the show. It spends a lot of time going over portfolios, which hopefully have been trimmed down a little bit. But I want to take a look at some of these things. Let's take a look at Total 3 real quick, or others. Let's take a look at others. That's really a better representation about our altcoins. And I think we discussed this the other night about this textbook-looking Head and Shoulders, which is not completed yet or confirmed technically, unless you want to count this wick. Then it did, it didn't invalidate. But that looks scary AF, doesn't it? Or is it just a big old cup and handle? I'm sure somebody sees a cup and handle idea. Your cup and handle idea. It really doesn't even make a good cup and handle. It doesn't. Anything round, people want to see a cup and handle. Look, it's a cup. It's a bowl. It's a lifting bowl of soup. But just the rounding itself is a pattern. It's called a scallop, right? And just that itself is good. This is on the weekly. Probably the only reason it looks round over there. It probably looks a lot more linear on the regular time frames. So you get the expansion phase, the squeeze phase, expansion phase. But what are we doing now? Well, we got a 200 moving average that we're likely to come top to on the others, which kind of brings us back to confirm this guy. Somewhere around $192 billion, meaning we could lose about $30 billion out of these over the next few weeks. Could be happening here. Is there a chance that we bounce back from it? Probably is, but it's not the best. It's not the best looking thing I can see, because it looks like it would be more of a bearish retest. And if this Head and Shoulders does play out and altcoins do tank, that would be horrible. I don't see them necessarily coming way down here to 32 billion or anything crazy, but as these things, when they're this big like this, like YFI, they can play out more to the sideways range, but still down, right? We'd still be looking at about 886 Fibonacci areas down here, which would be taking a hit on the majority of altcoins, but kind of sad they only got $219 billion for all the little altcoins, whereas I think Total 3, what do you have? Total 3 is 862 billion. So you're talking about what, 600 billion or more? That's in like more of the top 10 cryptos there. A lot of your money's in the top 10 cryptos. Those will be your top performers during times like this, right? Here, total 3 overall does not look too horrible yet. Still got another lower trend line, but it is pointing to the fact we might actually see another 60-something billion. But it could be like this wick we had. You know, there's a saying in crypto or in trading or in analysis, what gets wicked often gets candlesticks. So we get the wick, recover. Oh, I'm glad that's over. Yay. But then we slowly burn down with these big candle bodies until we get down to that area that we tested. It could be seeing something like that. Hopefully it won't get down that far. They don't always have to, but total 3 is flirting with a serious decline, as if you didn't already know by looking at your wallets here. But I think we're trying to look at more of the indicators over here on the weekly and monthly for these guys, right? This is our monthly for total 3. Has not bearishly crossed yet, so you still got time to get your strategies in line. I think that for altcoins, these next couple of weeks will be I don't know. November, December might be a good time to get an exit strategy on your weaker ones if you haven't already. Again, with Gann analysis that kind of incorporates some time factors in it, we're looking about December 9th before we see any kind of rally. And I'd say it would be off the tails of Bitcoin more than just altcoins by themselves. When we take a look at what really matters when it looks at altcoins, that's it over here on the, well, this is kind of interesting actually. This is the total 3 against Bitcoin chart. Perhaps we should do others against Bitcoins. Total 3 against Bitcoin is actually looking kind of frisky. I think we looked at this a couple of days ago. Now this suggests that some of these altcoins are looking, we need to do others against Bitcoin. That's what we need to do, is others against Bitcoin. Can I add this to my thing? Can I add it over here? Alright, I got it added down here now. Cool. Right. Put you up there? Alright, so this is others against Bitcoin. How are we looking? This is all the smaller ones. Doesn't look as good as the total 3. Total 3 looked interesting, like it might be trying to do something. So, do we have anything that just measures the top 100 on altcoins? I'm sure we do. I just don't know what it is off the rip. That would be interesting to follow. It's starting to look like some of the money might be, if it's staying in altcoins, you're looking at the top 100. So let's come over here. What does that look like? That would be these guys. So, and that kind of makes sense. That a lot of the money would be, a lot of people would be consolidating right now and looking, putting money into, of course, Bitcoin, which is what I'm looking at doing, Ethereum, and Solana, maybe BNB. We're seeing BNB drop though right now to 867. They'll probably go back and retest 600 and something before long. Tron's holding at 28. We got Doge here at 14. I would say what we're seeing in Zcash is well, she's struggling right now. Zcash might be over for right now. It looked like it could get up to 950 somewhere through there, but I think she's starting to lose. If she loses 680 right through there, especially on the weekly, I think it's pretty much over for Zcash right now. That might have been a more of a use case. I don't know what drove that. It is privacy based, and there might be some privacy plays from some bigger people needing that and don't need it anymore. Or it may have something to do with it being, on the what was that, Grayscale Trust and some other things going on. Chainlink down to past $13. Sad about Chainlink. Solana taking a hit at 132. Oh my gosh. think we should take a look at Solana. How about on Binance? This is on the monthly red dot. Last monthly red dot we had, what happened with you, Solana? You dropped like a rock. Dropped from 236 all the way down to 96 the last time we had one. This time it's coming up when we were at 197. How far can we go down? Oh my God, that'd be horrible to come back down to $30 Solana. I hope the hell not. I need to know if I need to get out of my... I recently put some money in Solana on my iTrust account. Today I went back and I made some Bitcoin purchases on it since Bitcoin's at such a juicy price. iTrust, if you have a 401k, you can roll stuff over there, and you know you can trade tax-free. There's links in the description below. I don't think anybody's ever took me up on it, but I do have some links down there for iTrust. That is one of the portfolios that I've had this cycle that actually did really good. And it's because it was mostly in Bitcoin. And with a few little outliers there, which I got, you know, I pretty much got rid of them and focus more on Bitcoin right now. So even sold the gold and everything, gold went up. So I had some gold, but mostly Bitcoin and a few altcoins, but mostly in it. And I'm going to try to see if I can put some more money over there this year. I think there's a limit of like, it was about $7,500 that you can put in there every year. But you're allowed to do that and trade tax-free, man. How's that? And you can withdraw in kind. So if I stack up some Bitcoin over there, and then when I get ready to take it out, I get to take it out in Bitcoin. So we got some bullets divergence going on over here on Solana on the dollar. You need to have it. You're at 130. She's testing the bottom of a trend line we got here. She need to do something. You better be bouncing, baby. I got some. Let me get some of these guys off here. I think they're old. We see we're in a fallen wedgie. And we should be about a 786 fib area right here. For Solana. How long have we been going? About an hour and 27 minutes. We are at the 786 Fibonacci area at the bottom of the trend line. If she's going to bounce, she need to do it here. There's a possibility we could be looking at 113 on them if we get a bad day and wick down there, but we need to hold this one. Now you did it. Okay, 3, 2, 7, 8, 6. I hope you don't. I hope you don't. I hope you don't come down there. It looks like it's trying to complete a harmonic pattern. And just basically we got a range in this area. We'd like to see it hold here, but this could turn out to be bullish once we catch over here. And once it does, then we got targets coming up. Not the safer targets would be getting us up right back around 180. All right, so that's what I'm seeing on Solana on the daily. How you looking on the 4 hour? You trying to catch over here? I hope so. I hope you're trying to catch over here. Yeah, you look a little suspect. That looks suspect. Roll over, lost the 50. We hadn't got a really good test of this area at 128. That was kind of right here at 129. I'll be looking for some kind of bottoming pattern to form here. All right, it's looking kind of weird, but some kind of consolidation down here at the bottom, and then it might be trying to round out through here. That's actually what it looks like it's trying to do. So the rounding itself is showing a slowing in momentum. So we'll keep this idea here for Solana. And I was hoping, pray it doesn't come back to a 128. Man, I kind of feel, I don't feel bad for them. Some of the people that bragged about getting in at about 109 had an average price about 114 on Solana. We're talking about trying to be the man and sell it and holding on to a diamond hand, so it got up to like $450 and been selling like a boss live and all these grand plans, but they sound good, I guess, at the time. But never once in the many times that we ran up close to $300 did they ever talk about taking any profit from it or anything. So even your best paid gurus out there, just know they make some of the very common mistakes that everybody else does and ride things up and down without talking about it very much. I mean, just know that, okay? Just know that. You might be watching some people on YouTube that give the air that they play this perfectly or play it very well or better than you can, because you need to learn from them. Just know that they make stupid mistakes too, and if you pay attention, you can hear it. And I think it's better if you just admit when you got some stupid mistakes. I made lots of stupid mistakes on this this run. One was using my Bitcoin as collateral for these damn altcoins. That's a no-no from now on. Bitcoin goes in its own separate pile, and we do not commingle it or involve it with any altcoins whatsoever. That's my new rule. We got a bearish flipping of Solana over here on these moving averages, so any kind of retest around 175, 180 would be nice, and that might be a place to consider a short, maybe. Just saying. Bear market or no bear market out, even if you think 2026 has an opportunity, and I think it does for Bitcoin, and maybe a select few altcoins in the top 100. That's really all I'm concerned about looking for. So I do think that I think it's worth looking into that narrative, because I'm finding some things to support that 2026 could be good, and we go through a shakeout until January, right? And until about our next week of December, and then around the second week things start looking good for a short period, and then of course the old December dump, like, oh, Christmas sucks again, tax loss, harvesting, all that stuff goes on in December too, right? Keep that in mind. December is supposed to be a Christmas rally and all this other stuff, but you find that people sell into that. And then of course you need tax loss harvesting, which maybe some of you need to do. I might be considering, I guess, we might be doing some of that. Apparently you can carry that forward in some areas, right, into the next year, in case you make good gains in 2026, pull on your tax harvesting from the previous years or so, right? I don't know. I would like to see you catch your Solana. Let's go back to the chat. I think we got off topic. David Gelfin 66333 says sings BlackRock or Wintermute. Selling paper Bitcoin to crash price. They buy up OTC and dump at the market. Yeah, there's a narrative, and Tom Lee was talking about it too, that with the big crash that we had on October 10th, which Binance had its fingers in, somebody did something they weren't supposed to do, got over leveraged or something, one of the big boys and one of the big players, probably the market makers, who knows, and then everybody else gets to pay for that mistake. It's kind of how it works out. But it seems like that Tom Lee was saying he thought it was more of a software glitch on the way that it approached it. Interesting, because it depegged the dollar, and then that caused all the crashes, and there's more of that little local things. But because it was spread over so many exchanges, everybody, a lot of people and a lot of different exchanges got caught up. But it ended up crippling some other market makers too. So I guess some of the smaller market makers out there, besides the big one that decided to run this game, and now they're kind of facing some liquidity issues, and we might be seeing some sell-offs, people, as they try to recover their losses. They're going to be, in other words, market makers are going to be playing lots of games right now. Expect lots of games. We're seeing lots of games. there's so many games being played in the mornings, like in Bitcoin, where they ran everything up again. They've been doing this last couple of days. They run it up and then dump it down, and run it up a little higher, and then here we come crashing. This is not even on the whole day. This is on the 4 hour. Here, the other example here, they ran it up and crashed it down. Right over here, ran it up and then crashed it down. Just a little higher as we come. It looked like we're trying to recover, trying to do a W, trying to get something. We came back up here, got just a little higher, just a wee bit higher, and then. But it's all been in the mornings. This is 7 a.m. Going into 3 o'clock. This was yesterday. They ran it up 3 o'clock and then lost it all. It's been in the mornings where you get the little pump and then it drops. It's the U.S. session that's selling out. I was blaming China because China was doing it for a while when we had our first tariff issues. It seems like maybe they got through selling everything. I don't know. Now it seems like the U.S. is doing it, so I don't know if people are getting scared and ETF selling, whatever. We got the sell pressure out there, and then we got the market makers. And if the one bear scenario, we touched on it earlier, I mean, we don't want to see an unwinding of all these corporate Bitcoin treasuries. Or God forbid something like MicroStrategies or any of their equivalent wannabes deciding we've got to sell off. Oh, we bought too much a little bit too soon. They have to mitigate some risk there, and then there's a big selling of big numbers of Bitcoin, which I think BlackRock would just snap up happily, but as part of their bigger whale game. But we could see some I'm curious to see how that plays out. Because I mean, if the corporations didn't really research the volatility of Bitcoin and the cycles and whether they want to agree on cycles or not, bear markets happen. If they could withstand all of that, especially if they were buying over 100,000, and a lot of them were buying over 100,000, it seems. Do they capitulate? Are they going to take us back down to the ETF formation prices of 74,000 and all that, or below? We should be seeing something happen here at 84. I have a lot of high expectations that we catch something right here at this fib level, and also a GAN target area. Chris Line says, I've been round tripping trades more than I'd like to admit lately, but I just admitted it. Hey, that's the first step to getting better. You got to admit whatever you're doing, at least to yourself, right? And recognize, man, this is not working. Might have been working at one time, but it quit working, and we got to switch things up. Or it's easy to sit there and go, I don't want to look. Let's just hope it comes through. For the hodlers, investors out there, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to look. Okay, time in hands. We're going to hold it. I don't want to move it off my wallet. That's what I'm going through right now on some of my Tangem stuff. I'm trying to see if it's even worth moving from over there. On some of it. Some sounds like Depeche Mode or something. That's it. Or Tears for Fear as well. Who else missed the Soul Train? Bingo Sambo. How's it going, Sam? I'm scared. Well, what are we doing right now with Bitcoin? Oh my gosh, we're at 85. Are we still dropping? Man, did I take profits on my short? I got a short. It's just not a huge one. I keep track of this Bitcoin plays I've got going on over here. I'm having to switch things up a little bit. So far, so good. I am in gold. What's gold doing? I was actually going to look at some stock plays. I play gold with XAUT. I'd like to see you on CoinEx if I can get you there. All right, well, maybe not. I guess we'll look at you on Bybit. Oh no, I just want good price history. I just really want good price history. So this is gold hanging around $4,000. I still got to play on it. I think I took profit against the Bitcoin. This one's giving us a red dot today with stochastic starting to come down. Money flow is starting to come down. Some people are shorting this. I think Kyle Dukes from Banner, I think he's shorting this right now. And maybe, where did you, 618, yeah, you got something there. Got a 618 rejection there. What did we do from here? 382 area, depending on how we're going to pull that. That should be it. 382, 618. We might be having something. We might be looking at this area about 3,500 being retested again for gold. Losing its slight parabola that we got. Maybe. It could be. Also, well, what else have we got right here? But we're respecting the 382 overall, so it could also be a bullish move. So I don't know. I've been curious about whether that short was going to hang out. I mean, I know we got the red dot on the daily, but you still have the 9 moving average that's above everything else. It is up in the air right now. This would be the place I would be looking for a flag to pop off of. My rules for any kind of flag patterns or pennants, trying to play anything like that, which this I guess would qualify as a pennant. Does this, where does this go back to? Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Look at that. I'm always looking at a trend line, baby. I'm always looking at a trend line. I don't want to just draw just to squeeze a tip or have just some kind of random line out there. That line's needs to have some anchor points, and the more it has, the better and the stronger it is. So yeah, there's a possibility we got one, and it could be pointing us right up here toward $4,800 again. All right, have we been there before? I was thinking we tried to make it up there. Maybe we didn't. So there could be a scenario for gold to keep making it up to $4,800. Now that would probably mean some global tensions, and that would mean that things are starting to look a little bit scary in the world for us to go up there. So I hope not. It also could be part of money printer go burn. People says, "Oh, we got money to buy some gold now." So I don't know. I want to take a look at NVIDIA, if you don't mind. We'll take a look at a few little stock plays, because reportedly this is what saved the market this morning, but then the market started dumping anyway over on Wall Street. They're actually, I've heard some of the analysts looking at what Bitcoin's doing to forecast what's going to happen with tech stocks in the market. Isn't that crazy? We're looking to Bitcoin as being an indicator by some of these analysts now, as a front runner for what the market might do. I found that very interesting. If that didn't solidify Bitcoin as some place in the world. MEXC's got NVIDIA futures. MEXC's got, I didn't know that. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to actually look at the stock, and I guess we'll take a look at NASDAQ. Here we go. We looked at it before. NVIDIA's hanging out there in 180. It hasn't really gave up anything. It's been there for several weeks now, hanging around here. Since several months, really, just hanging around a boring 180. Got up as high as 209. And I decided I was going to add some more to my bag around here, too. She's got the old daily green dot saying, hey, we might want to try to do something, but there's some signs here, money flow falling down, so I don't know. So watching NVIDIA closely, hence why we're looking at it right now. What are you looking like over here on the weekly? Confirmed red dot, stochastics already buried. MACD crossing on the weekly. Monthly. Some tiredness here, a little bit. Still too early to tell, but that looks kind of strong. 2 week, showing some little weakness there. Weekly, yeah, you crossed. So I may have to set me some stop losses on me NVIDIA.
What we got going on with you, NVIDIA? Oh, you've not made it back down to your 382, and we got a trend line idea that says that you probably need to do that. NVIDIA might be going up a little bit. I may take advantage of that. And if she comes down, I would rather catch it at 164 or lower if it does do anything. But it's kind of hinting to me that maybe 164 might be on the table here in a few weeks. Right now, she's trying to go up a little bit, and so as long as she wants to do that, I'm cool. 4 hours says different. It says testing 200 moving average. Range I'll be looking for is about 190. Wow, $10 different. I need to set some stop losses, looks like. If I want to get her a little bit cheaper. Is it a bubble? Is it a bubble? Has NVIDIA met its target areas? We didn't even look at that idea. Elliot thinks she's got a 5-wave correction going on there too. Yeah. Probably could stand a little bit of a correction. Oh, gosh darn it. Do I need to try to short this thing in the coming week? Not on the daily. The daily says it might have a bounce here. But it's in a very small range. About what, a $10 range? Here's one I like. It's called TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. A little bit of the same situation. She's on up there already at $277. She's way up there. She's in the midst of a parabolic move. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3. We're either working on our third or fourth stage here. Well, we can see this one get up. I think we're pretty confident we can get up to about 400. This was the best buy area is about 144 and 168. I didn't do it. I wish I had but we looked at this before, I guess. Taiwan Semiconductor. Kind of a big deal. This company's kind of a big deal. And then there's this other one called IREN. And they deal with some of the rare earth minerals. This is in Australia, the second biggest one. They're the only competitor we have to China for certain rare earth minerals. And so this one, I thought, hell yeah. I wants to build a bags of you. She's recently, on the past few weeks, went for $75. Now we're getting a retracement. We'd be looking about 50% to hold our first area of interest right now. And we're almost there. So that's 40%. Now, in the stock market, my understanding is that that's usually where we get best responses. Of course, we can look down at $32. But I am looking at building a bag of this little guy. Even though she's going up, when she comes down, I'm still looking at getting some of you. If she does actually come down, I don't know what would tank in the damn economy to make something come back. $20 would be the bargain here. But we're hoping we're not actually getting that corrected, right? We want to see this trend hold. Lost the 9, looking for the 21, the bounce off the 21 area. Let's see if we can keep the trend to continue. Is really what we want to see on this one on the weekly. But all locked. Look at that Gaussian pattern and that little crazy guy right there. Oh, that does. You suck. Are you going to? Well, geez, some of the ones I'm interested in look like, Here's our trend. Oh, you're still pointing there. You were still pointing there. You're pointing down here. Well, I guess I'm going to have some stop losses to set over here. On my little E-Trade investment account. What are you really today? Really? You suck. You suck, Iran. LYSDY. This is one that Jim Derringer had us look at several months ago when it was around $3 or $4. I think I got in around $4. She's at $9 now. It went up to 15. Linus Rare Earth is what this one is. I think she's still. Looks like we still got some curve going on. Did you break it though and retest? That's what it looks like. So we're seeing some negativity in the stock market too. And I think this whole Fed rate and all this stuff has been really affecting the markets. I don't think Trump is going to like that. Trump wants a strong market. I guess we got to look at this on a bigger time scale. When you zoom out on this one, though, look, she's really at a bottom area. And considering what it can do and where it's been before, let's take, when was this? Oh, that's been a long time ago. But that was 2012. But now that we actually need a lot of these rare earth minerals and things like that, I think we should see it start coming back up to these areas. I'm hoping this can get to around 50. Retest these areas, or maybe more. It went on a crazy tear over here from these areas of $20 up to 200, but now that was back in 2011. That's a good 10-12 years ago. I'm not trying to wait 12 years for anything on this one. I'm kind of wanting something over the next year or so. So if she can get back up to 19 or 20, that's kind of cool with me. Was that the 200 moving average, 800 moving average up here at $20 on the weekly? And then there's one I think some of you guys have mentioned before called UPXI, and this one's kind of hurting. We looked at it before over here. We're still looking at this rounding shape, and this can go on forever. This can go on all through next summer. Maybe we get some spikes up to $20 or 15 through there. We get these little spike ups like $14, $15. Maybe one of those will pop through. It's always good, I guess, worth having some sell orders there. Because it could be another full year before this one's ready to escape this accumulation zone here, just to be honest with you. Take a look at Tesla, because that's worth looking at. She's hanging around $395. You lost it today, didn't you? I tell you what, there is just something about Tesla and 420 that you just can't seem to get away from 420 or get above 420. Can't get higher, no higher than 420 seems like, or stay much higher than 420. I don't know what that says about Tesla, but it did come down and touch her box, but didn't do much to it. So getting sell-offs even on a good old Tesla here. She made a lower high, basically, is what we got. That's kind of concerning to me a little bit. And trendline says $300. Fibonacci areas has got us back about 214 if we're still accurate on that. Where are you? Yep. Yep, 214 to... Oh, that would suck. Well, you can't roll over into the micro strategies because they kind of suck right now. Look at micro strategies over here, and it's like, yeah, I've got it projected to come down to $95 right there before we get anything bullish happening now. Micro strategies, and I don't know what that says about Bitcoin, but it does suck that Bitcoin went to a new all-time high and micro strategies made a lower high. Yeah, that kind of sucks a little bit. MicroStrategies was the shizzle. It was the one to be in that was giving back, doing splits and all this other stuff, and then it got to 540, 400, and I didn't take enough profit up there at those areas. I got a little bit sold, but she came down rather kind of quick. And I don't think I was looking for this pattern at that time either. Scoop Barlow says, Scott, thoughts on Kite and Aster? Make the bleeding stop. Kite, I'm not even sure what that is. Binance has got it. We looked at it before. A long time ago. Long enough I gotta go to a bigger time frame here. When was this? That must have been November. Well, that wasn't too long ago. We had some targets up. Oh, did it hit? Did it hit? We put a target right up there. I don't know. I can't tell if it looks like it may have hit before I put my line up there, so. And then we were looking for this area over here to be tested. And we kind of ranged through there for the longest. Probably might even still be there. We finally get above it. All right, so she's just been sideways for it. Well, I mean, I don't see much bleeding. This one's just ranging. And let's see what we got on the 4 hour. It's not bad. But it could come down to 8.9 cents. So we're in the 8 cent area. I don't know what the project is. I just know that altcoins are not in a good spot right now, and so at some point this will probably be affected by it too. But you should be in a pretty good area, unless you're planning on holding this one for a long time for whatever your reasons are. I mean, you should be in a good area to kind of bow out gracefully if you so chose to. And if you thought it was going to go up, I mean, it's trying to. It's making higher highs and higher lows, so I don't think we can get anything Elliott-wise. Unless he figures out a sideways. Yeah, you got one of those sideways patterns. Elliott seems to think that we're in, I think they're called flats. I think these are called some kind of wave flats. I don't know. I'm not an Elliott expert. But a possibility of 7 cents, which not as bad. It's a 20% drop possible. But I do agree that's a possibility because you're in the bigger ass channel. Most of it happening within this range. What was the other one? This is Kite. What is Kite? Let's check out and see what Kite is. I like these over here. You can look at all these and see if anything's getting into a good shape. Coming down, you see everything's just been trickle down and to the right. No more up and to the left. It's up and to the left. It's down and to the right. Down and to the right. It's backwards for you. Mess with my head. I had to do it backwards so it looked forwards for you guys. See the pains I go through mentally just to... Anyway, everything looks horrible. What are you? Except for Aster. Was that the one we're looking at? Aster? And Aster, yeah. Let's take a look at that. So Aster, what are you looking like? $1.21. I've got a position of this one that has been underwater for a minute. And I'm not proud of it. But I do like the roundingness. Now, I think this one's an exchange, right? And I think we got a chance that this one can I can come out okay on this one, so we can recover our ground here. It's got a rounding bottom, and that's usually good. And $1.65. And 216 would be the sweet spot if we can get back up there. I don't know how long it would take it to get there. It could be going into January if we had a chance to get there. But December, remember, December is not the fun month for crypto. It's not. Especially toward the end and the last week of it. It sucks. Christmas sucks for crypto. You're not sitting there thinking, I woke up for Christmas gifts and look, the market's exploded. That's not usually the experience in December. What's usually the experience is you're like seeing everybody sell a lot of stuff so that they can claim the losses for their taxes or whatever they got to do. That's usually what you see in December. I'm just saying. Remember last year when we had the big run up, it was over that first week of December. Second week of December started sucking, and it all kind of went downhill from there. You're thinking, oh, it's a pullback, and we'll come back in January strong, right? But no. January sucked. And then we were finally starting to do something. Then we had Liberation Day. Yeah, remember that little big F you tariffs. And the market makers just really, yeah. I mean, buying on that day, if you were already out of the market, would have been excellent. But being caught up in that, and or sitting there and not taking action before it happened, which would have been the smart move, but everybody's sitting there going, oh no, gosh, I hope they don't take the market. Oh gosh, please don't. Oh. It's going to be good, right? I mean, maybe the market looks slow instead, right? Oh God, what happened? Oh, liquidations across the board. Yeah, suck. This has been the suckiest cycle. I think we can all agree this cycle has sucked for crypto overall, for the majority of its participants. Unless you had a paid trading group that's paying you about $90 a month. That worked out pretty good. I mean, probably didn't work out good for the people in the group, but for the group owners, man, I'm just saying, they're making out like bandits. Woohoo! That's how you're making. Just so you know, baby, you get a YouTube channel, you get a paid trading group, and you just shill the hell out of that trading group and whatever you can. And if you got a polarizing personality and do the cocky stuff like your BitBoy kind of stuff, that helps too to get the engagement when people hate you and everything. That seems to be the key of how you make it here on YouTube. I just can't be an asshole every day. I don't know. I'll try. I just can't sit here and brag and talk about myself all the, like I'm, and I don't know. I can't do it. I just can't sit here and I told you here and I did this and we called this and this is the bottom that we called over here and right here we do this every day for you. Join my. I can't do it. I can't. I just want to look at charts and talk about crypto. That's all I want to do. Is that so bad? Is that so bad? Scoop Byro, hey, thank you so much for the, is that a super chat? I think it's a super chat, or a super sticker, and didn't request anything, but I thank you for your support right there. We're 100% crowdfunded. Don't be grabbing her backside. I'm watching you, Jenny. She might like it, I don't know. Scoop Byro says, thank you, Rody. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, my man. Buy some Road and Cooter, says Postmodern Oddities. Let's do check on Road and Cooter. Now, I've been going over, and I've made announcements in the Telegram group because I'm trying to figure this out. And I'm trying to make this, because I've been figuring this out with AI, and sometimes it's a little kooky and its calculations and stuff. And at one time, I was totally cool with 100,000 Road, but it doesn't. We're gating the community, okay? One, so they can create value for the Road coin, it gives it a purpose. Two, it can weed out some spammers and bots, which we don't have a big problem from. And three, it can help our community people, if they get in early and the other people start buying the Road coin, they can be the suppliers of the Road coin. So we have a purpose for this coin, and right now I think the last one I think we're looking at 10 million. I'm not trying to make it real expensive, but for what you would pay for 1 month of some trading group, say some of the most modest ones are still charging about $45-50 a month, right? I'm looking somewhere for about $25 to $50 worth of token that you could buy, and it just gives you access. And if you decide you don't want access, well, then you can sell your tokens, right? Not a monthly subscription, but there's something, right? Because there's got to be something. I can't keep paying for everything, and I don't even know that I would be able to use that to pay for what I need. But it would do good for the group anyway. I'm planning on doing this in a few weeks. So what that means that why Road coin is still on the cheap, and it's holding about the market cap's holding at 5.5 thousand, and what that means is this is a decimal and zero, and this is in dollars, right? You got a zero, a decimal, 6 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 6 5 5. That's the price of Road, and so if we multiply that by 10 and then 12, 3, 1, 2, 3, 10 million coins. For real? There's got to be more than 10 million. So you can buy 10 million Road Dawg for $5. See, that would, if I do something like that, that's going to open the door for bots to get in, and then you can't get rid of them. So I don't want that issue. I'm trying to make okay, but anyway. So some of you people, you're making a money grab. No, what I'm going to do for my OGs, from what I understand, is that when I do this, I can title you guys, the guys that have been there for the longest time over here, right? Our members. Does it show them? We got 126 members over here. So all you guys that have been here, I can go over and give you. And see, some of these guys have not been seen for a long time, right? Some of these guys have not been here for a year, or anybody that hasn't been here for a year. Anybody that hadn't been here for a while, well, they won't get the OG status, right? But you guys have been here and been active and everything. You get OG status, so you don't even have to have road coin. But if you do, at some point, I'm definitely going to put a special bonus areas over there for something. You'll have access to some stuff that nobody else will. But it will at some point when you come try to get into the regular. You're going to have a certain amount of road coin in the wallet. Seriously, that was only $5 for 10. What the heck? Is that serious? Is that true? How can that be? I guess that's because mine's worth about, and I'm still the top holder. I've only got about $240 worth. It was about $250 worth. And I think it's about 40 million, maybe what I have, and I've been just taking the rewards and buying them. What would $25 worth be? And I don't know, but I gotta do math. There's 6 zeros, correct? I thought it was 5, but it's 6. What last time I looked? Well, that says a million. All right. Maybe let me check over here. Maybe I got too many zeros. Is that was price? Okay, that's it. Okay, so no. Okay, so it's more like 55. Okay, so that's 10 million would be 55. I don't know. Either 5 or 10 million sounds pretty reasonable to me. And of course, if that does happen, anybody that's in here that's buying it right now, and if the price gets too expensive, like if Road starts getting up real expensive, like if the market cap goes to 80,000 like we want it to, so we can get over in Raydium, it does like a 10x. Well, then I can shrink the requirement there, and then you got extra tokens that you can sell, right? It would free, like, instead of having it, because nobody's going to want to pay $1,000 to come to join our group. I wouldn't expect. Maybe, I mean, they're paying for other groups, but I wouldn't be trying to. I would more like, but I would want the people that have been in there. I could lower the threshold from 10 million down to 5 million to 2 million or 1 million, or whatever it is, and then you're free to like take those and sell them to the people. But when we get this market cap up to $80,000, we go into Raydium, and then we're out there for everybody. A lot easier to find and everything. Technically, you can with the address, with your Solana wallets and everything. But that's what Road's doing. Let's check on Cooter. Now, Cooter does not have a use case, but Cooter is a cool meme coin because Cooter, you can apply that one in so many. Where are we coming up, Cooter? I need to get my Cooter stream going again, so and the Road stream, since we got. Why are we not coming? Did we lose internet again? So Cooter, why are you not coming? Cooter, why are you not coming up, man? Cooter. So that's concerned because it used to be coming up all the time. Maybe because I'm not live. I haven't been live on it. That's featured. Okay, we're looking at our new coins. I'm saying, oh my God. So that's not good that we're buried like that. So that's what helps when I go live. It makes it easier to be found, so they can get some more attention. Otherwise, it kind of gets buried under everything else, it looks like. Really? I can't believe that you don't. What if I do $Cooter? Usually it pops up here. Do I have to log in? That sucks. I shouldn't have to do that to find it. So now we can't find Cooter. We're out here Cooter hunting and can't find Cooter. That's some bull crap. You can't even find Cooter coin over here. Well, that doesn't make me feel good. You look under new coins, oldest coins. And we're not that old, but are we on here? You don't even have. You're giving me everything, and I know there's other Cooter coins, and you're not giving me a damn one of them. What about not safe for work? Maybe that's it. We're not featured. We're not most valuable. So it's new. Are you showing up for that? Not safe for work animations. Oh my God! I should turn that off. There's no telling what's going to show up over here on YouTube. I don't. We got a turtle before I'm asking. All right, I give up. So I can't report on Cooter this way. I guess I can on my phone. Why are you so hard? That's disappointing to me. So I gotta start getting that stream back up. Bitcoin, you're hanging at $85,000. Are we holding or dropping? What are you doing over here, Bitcoin? 85? Were you at 85 earlier? I don't think you were. Did you go down again or something? This is the 3-minute chart. I guess you did. Were you down here? Is this where we were at? Did you? When was this? That was before I started streaming. That's about 5 o'clock. We were at 88. 8 o'clock. I think we were over here. So we dropped more, right? Getting closer and closer and closer to the make or break area right down here that will tell us what we need to know. If she keeps continuing this slow drop under here, then we broke a major trend line and some other key areas. This is a very important area for us to hold. And I do think we'll touch it, and hopefully we'll bounce, but we may come back and touch it again, or may not. And we gave the fractal and everything on the daily, and I gave the bullish scenario that I'm looking for here. But it doesn't mean that that's going to work, right? It's hopeful, and it could. And we could still be looking at least 100,000, 106,000 for Bitcoin in the most hopium sense. But it's going to be shaky here from what I can tell until about January. Or somewhere around the 8th or 9th of January. If I'm going to step out there and go by time stuff, which no guarantees on this, but it's something. And so December is going to be shaky. And then so will January, but then after January would be the chance that we can actually bounce from this area. And we could be looking as low as 82 with a wick down there or a few days down there or something. That's going to be tricky to navigate. I would hope that we don't break below this, but over the next 6 weeks, I think we're at home around here, hopefully. And if we're not, well, then gosh darn it, welcome to the bear market, which who knows if it's going to get crazy or be kind of shallow. I know people are hoping for it to be shallow, and it needs to be. Don't need things to unwind, especially been the big boys with the big boy plays. But now you can see the resistance we got ahead right there. It's going to be a struggle to get above 87. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is 10 o'clock, and we've been going for well over 2 hours. That's too long for a show. Obviously says, could you check stacks? I saw stacks about 32 cents earlier today. I was at 33 cents right now. Let's zoom out a little bit, go to the daily. So I'm looking at that local channel. Let's see what else we can get over here. The wicks kind of really throw things off. There's a big solid trend line right there. 54 cents is resistance. Got some angle respect right there. That's cool. I'll stick with that. I like angle respect. Let's see what the indicators. MACD's rounding out. And stochastics is buried at the bottom. Can we? The lines don't look as happy though. What we got over here? This is our RSI, so we're at an area of support here. If we can make our high or low here, then so we got some divergence right there. I got bullish divergence here on the daily so far, and we discovered the trend line right here with the angle of respect, and we are at a Fibonacci area. I think that's the 236. Do we dip back in it? Technically the juicy buy zone, if this is the bottom. If it's not the bottom, then you just got played. This was our very bottom over here at 20 cents, and that was December of 22. So wow, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we round tripped the whole 3 years, because I remember buying, oh man, making the point to buy this thing so I could stake it, which paid off, man. I'm just telling you, what I bought over I can't even remember when I did it, but I finally started building a bag of stacks and then started staking it, and it paid for itself. I think I started off with like $800 worth of it, something like that. And it's definitely more than paid for itself in Bitcoin rewards. And so I have no, this is one of the few coins that I actually look forward to actually holding during the bear market, however that shapes up. Because this one gives me 10, 11%, sometimes a little bit more returns in Bitcoin on just staking it. And I'm like, hell yeah, I want some more things like that. Give me something that give me a coin that does something for me, instead of just sitting in my wallet just sucking up value and going downhill, or being forgotten about, or nobody cares about it anymore because it's got too many tokens, too spread out there, all these unlocks in the bear market, you know, and can't ever recover. Yeah, I'm tired of those games. And stacks, what's so cool about it, I mean, is it's got a decent supply, right? So this is stacks, and it's got almost a $600 million market cap. So mid cap's what we'd consider it. Its total supply is, well, you've got an infinity for maximum supply. It's got 1.8 billion coins out there. So for some reason, stacks, I thought you were a little bit more limited than that. You have unlimited, but I think that would have to. Would that make sense with your staking? Huh? Anyway, the rewards are paid in Bitcoin into a Bitcoin wallet, and it's cool. And it happens like every 2 weeks, just like having a little miner, even though I think you'd make more money with a miner, but you also got the headache and electricity costs and things like that. I don't have that with stacks. I just put it over there and stake it and just let it trickle in Bitcoin. And as long as it does it, I'm going to keep some over there. That's at least one stash of Bitcoin that I can make sure that I keep my hands off of and don't try to gamble with it or anything, which is what I feel like I've done with most of the Bitcoin that I did have this cycle. Or at least that's how it's stacking up right now. I can't say that I grew my Bitcoin this cycle. I can't sit here and say that. I was trying the old school ways of trying to do it with your altcoins, although it would have been better if I'd really got in and checked them against BTC. But are you having any trouble accessing Stack's staking page at all? Oh, you asked earlier? I didn't see that. Am I? Let's see, I use Xverse Wallet. Well, let's see. Well, no, that's Twitter. I do that sometimes. They look the same. They look the same to me. X looks like Twitter. Okay. I was just there recently, and because I was thinking about, do I want to stack more? I'm having trouble logging in right now. I don't know if it's my... Oh, here we go. Got in. And... No, got right to it. Got right to it. I'll go ahead and show you what I don't have. I mean, I got 3,400 locked in there. Not very much. Not a whole lot. But let me step out of the frame so it can focus in and oh snap! Ah! Yeah. Woo! Turkey again, right? Ah! You know, when I do these shows, I really don't care what I look like because I got a turkey face on. I just have a bandana on in case I do one of the other faces. I don't want my real face to be shown. Barbara goes, it kind of sucks as you get older. So, lock time, I got, okay, so they just did a fresh turnaround on it. Smelling the blood in the water, says Bingo Sambo. Oh, there should be some blood in the water. I just don't know if it's a smart move for altcoins right now because they could be dropping another bit. But for Bitcoin, definitely. I just have a blank page. It may be, I don't, a connection issue or something like that. I don't know. Abe says you need 500 stacks to stake. That's not, what does that come out to? 500 times, what is it, 33 cents right now? So about $165. I erased it. So about $165 minimum to do it. And so, I don't know, it started out with a little bit, and then you can add in at certain periods. MD Motor says, I'm still getting my rewards as I can access the wallet, but when I go to the earn staking page, it's just a blank. Maybe, I don't know, update on the app or something. I don't know. Maybe a VPN. I don't know. I don't have an exact, but it seems to be working fine over here, so it's still there. It's still available. It's just, it always sucks when you can't access that. MJ Motorsport says, I don't have 500 and I'm staking it. Oh, really? I can't remember if there's a minimum or not. I can't remember. Postmodern Oddity says, looks like it's holding support for now. If it fails, we're going to 76. If it fails, I'd be looking for more than 76 eventually to happen. That would be confirming the scenario that we don't really want to get into. But right now, there's a scenario that where we could be bouncing. I'm into that as long as it's valid. As long as it's valid. So, man, we should know soon, right? Seems like I have a lot of these conversations. We should know soon this area's going to hold, and so far, not a damn one of them has held. But this one, I got so much confluence for this area being a strong support, at least for right now. At least for right now, that 84 should hold. Macro trends, the GAN stuff comes out, and I can't explain his angle view on it. Can we do it? I'm not trying to go for a 3-hour stream though. No, but you do it. Why? Where do we have to? I haven't drawn a GAN box. Now I don't know that this corresponds with what I'm telling you at all. But I'm curious to see what the GAN stuff looks like as far as. Let's see, we do a GAN van, and we're looking for 45. Well, it's cool that we're there. We can hold that little guy. We're still staying in this range with the GAN van. Is that where you're 2-to-1 there? Otherwise, we come down this area eventually. Lower lows, I'll be retesting that. That would suck. Let's see if we can get the other GAN. Is this a GAN square that's fixed? I got nothing. Oh, snap. What'd I do? There we go. Okay, got you back. Well, you don't tell me a damn thing about support on the fan. You just tell me the ill areas that we get some of our stuff. We're at we got a conjunction there. I'm not a big thing on the GAN bands. And these tools. What I'm talking about is based on the square of 9, which is a total different animal than what we're looking at right here. But I wanted to throw these little guys up just to kind of see what they did. We should have a GAN did have a time thing over here. I don't see it anymore.
And I claim the rain. The charts
That's not what I was trying to get. I'm trying to do a fib-based time.
short, the scream turned
Well, you don't really carry it over, do you? Or you're the 3-point one?
weakness falls, I feast on the scare. Blood runs deep, my hunger.
So what are you suggesting? And it never really... some of these tools.
My touch bends the market's cry.
Where is this one?
Seduction fuels my victory high.
But it really didn't. You look in the retrospect, and did it mark out anything significant there? But yeah, right now we're coming up to a date where we get a reaction there. Whether it be a few days off, I couldn't tell you.
Foot tries to bind, but I break its chain.
Oh, we got a little confluence with that idea, though. What are you suggesting? 23rd Sunday? That would make sense on Sunday. Maybe if we get a little bit closer, a little bit more accurate there. We're just playing around with a few little tools here. Not ones that I use often, not ones that I put stock in. The ones I do put stock in, though, are the Fibonacci, which we talked about that too. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. We're right there at that little first area. At 786. We're closing in on it right now at 85.5. We're also looking for this bigger 382 by 84, and plus a little bonus target that we might wick down to just to scare the bejesus out of everybody at $80. And all that could be happening this week, this weekend. It is Thursday today, right? Are we Thursday? Oh my gosh, every day is always Thursday here in my life. It's like Groundhog Day. I wake up and every day seems to be Thursday. I got 14 people hanging out, so that's a signal I need to get my happy ass to bed now. It's 11 o'clock. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Well, let's see if we can hold some support here. Trend line 382, 666 moving average. Again, 315 angle, whatever. All hinting that this area is a good area for us to hold a support and try to get a bounce. And hopefully at least retest 100,000. Please, for the love of Jesus, we need to do that. If nothing else. Maybe 106. That's the hopium I got to share, and this is what we look like on the small time frame, like it just don't care, like it just wants to keep pile driving down there. Screw your trend line, screw your Fibonacci, screw it all, Road Dawg. It's time to die until you get down to the 15-minute where we get some kind of reaction, and we need some more reactions like this. Respect the trend line, respect the TA. See you on the next one, guys. Trade carefully. Good luck out there. Try not to get bit. Now we got 23 people. Y'all zoomed in and zoomed out. MG says it's on the PC, not the phone. I've never used the PC to do it.
Dreamed of a Lambo, now I'm pushing the pack. Family's asking
Friday
why
pump.
I'm glued to the screen.
They do like to do that.
Now it's tearing the scene.
Hype Train, you need to update your numbers, sir. I feel that number is incorrect. Good night, John Boy.
Breathing thin air. Mom's on the couch saying, boy, get a job. But the chart's my religion and I'm dodging the saw.
Bull run blues hit hard when the moon turned black. Dreamed of a Lambo, now I'm pushing the pack. Family's asking why I'm glued to the screen. Crypto was a ticket, now it's tearing the scene.
Sleepless nights staring, red candles in my eye. Health on the back burner, eating cold fried. Wife's packing bags, saying this ain't the life. Crypto was a savior, now it's cutting like a knife. Friends call call it nonsense, say I'm chasing a ghost, but the dream's still breathing even when I'm toast. And the years a graveyard, but I'm digging the plot. One more trade,
One more shot. The dark don't last, like cracks through the crack. Or rise from the ashes, get my family back. Get my family back. Bull run blues hit hard when the moon turned black. Dreamed of a Lambo, now I'm pushing the back. Family's asking why I'm glued to the screen. Crypto was a ticket, now it's tearing the scene. Bull run blues hit hard when the moon turned black. Dreamed of a Lambo, now I'm pushing the back. Family's asking why I'm glued to the screen. Crypto was a ticket, now it's tearing the scene.
There's some bullish divergence forming down here. Let's hope that we get a little something out of it. Still haven't hit target area though. If it follows this trajectory here, maybe tomorrow, somehow this thing between now and the wee hours of the morning that they'll hit it.
Trailer, bill stacked to the roof. Bitcoin was a whisper, but I heard the truth.
One cold winter night, cut the orange by. $10 in the wallet, didn't know why. From the coal mine dust to the digital gold, Bitcoin changed my life. Now the story's told.
Bitcoin changed my life. From the
Yeah,
dirt
me too.
to the sky. One cent at a time. Watch the freedom fly. Bitcoin changed my life. Put the chains in the past. Every block of promise, every TX built to last. Bitcoin changed my life. In the light we stand.
Paid the kids' braces, bought the wife a ring. No more overtime, no more broken spring. From the food stamp line to the open road, Bitcoin's the engine, lighting in the load.
Neighbors call it crazy, but the proof's in the pay. Bitcoin changed my life, leading the way.
Chain don't break, it's a bond we share.
Bitcoin's a promise in the open air.
Every voice together, every hand in hand.
Bitcoin changed my life. From the dirt to the sky. One cent at a time. Watch freedom fly. Bitcoin changed my life. Put the chains in the past. Every block of promise, every TX built to last. Bitcoin changed my life.
Sorry, I got hypnotized. I got lost in time there. I just found myself staring at the screen for some reason. I don't know why. Happens a lot here on the end screen lately. Are you guys still here? I am too. I don't know. Something just soothing about this part of the show. I haven't quite put my finger on it. I'd like to put my hands all over it, but I just can't figure out what it is. Or I can't get near it. Gosh darn it, this digital divide.
From the dirt to the sky. One cent at a time. Watch freedom fly.
It's like watching a lava lamp.
Bitcoin changed my life. Put
Or an
the
aquarium.
chains in the past.
Or a fireplace.
Promise, every TX built to last. Bitcoin changed my
I just watch it forever.
life. In the light
I know,
we
right?
stand.
I've been staring at it. I got it downloaded to my phone. Sometimes I just sit in the parking lots when the wife's out shopping, just watching this screen. Oh, okay, Sean. Thanks for piping in.
Yo, we always hit. Yeah, we house creep. Chinese wells unload. Bitcoin tanks hard. All coins hit the road. One to four.
I think I want to go get my sleeping bag. Oh, jeez.